How's it going, folks? Taylor Wachowski here. Today I have a little story for y'all. My boy Adonis got into a little scuffle with another dog. So I took Adonis down to our local park. It's a human park, so keep that in mind. Not a dog park, a human park. I took him down there, which I try to get him out as often as I can. So a couple times a week at least, get him out, let him stretch his legs, run around, be free, have fun. I generally walk my dog on a 10-foot leash. Now that's only when I know that no other dogs are going to be around. It's not going to be really busy. If I know it's going to be busy, I'll take him on his regular 6-foot leash and keep him close to me. Just because I have him on a 10-foot leash does not mean he has all 10 feet all the time, okay? So I took him at a time where there wasn't going to be too many people. We get to the park, I let him out of the car, put him on his little leash, keep him close, and as soon as I step foot into this wide park area, I realized that there's 2 dogs I've seen before with their person, and they are both off leash. So remember, human park, 2 loose dogs, and a few people here teaching their little tykes to play softball. So Adonis and I noticed that right away, loose dogs. We say, okay, we're already here, let's have some fun. So I go on to the opposite end of the park. We go walking by some little kiddos, really cute, playing softball, t-ball, whatever. They're learning to play sports and whatnot. Adonis is close to me, he's by my side, again leashed. We start walking around, I'm keeping an eye on these loose dogs, they're out of view. I'm like, okay, fine, as long as they leave us alone, we're good. I'm not gonna have any problems. Adonis and I start walking around, he's sniffing, rolling, having fun, being a loose little dog, and as soon as we get away from the people, I let him go and have about 8 or so feet of his 10-foot leash. I do this because there's no one around, I want him to have fun and be a dog, and he's still within my control. I don't want him running around loose, it's too dangerous, way too many people, and it's a people park. It's a human park, not a dog park. So we're walking, having fun. Before long, we see this lady, who I have met before, twice, and her 2 dogs, twice. And we've had a run-in with one specific dog of hers twice already. Adonis and I start walking up there, having fun. We're just walking, keeping a distance from this woman, about 40-50 feet, just because I don't want this loose dog coming up to Adonis, blah, blah, blah. We cross paths, go on wandering around in the area that she was in, she wanders in the area that we were in, blah, blah, blah. Adonis is having fun smelling. Before long, maybe 30 seconds to a minute later, she turns back around, she's heading back towards our area. This white little loose dog is running around, you know, a few feet behind her, just sniffing, loose, running around, having a good old time. Adonis and I, by this time Adonis is reeled in, close to me. By reeling in, I mean that I actually get the leash and reel it in, okay? Bring him and tighten him up a little bit. So he's by my side like this. As we start to cross paths with this woman, we are about 20 feet away from each other. She stops, looks at my dog, and goes to ask me, is he friendly? At that point, before she even finished her sentence and far before I could even answer her, with calm dogs he is. Her dog, her loose dog, takes off in a full sprint towards Adonis. Within 0.35 seconds, that dog is already on us. And in that period of time, I had maybe 1 of 3 choices I could make. Choice 1, I turn around and start walking away and ignore the dog and make Adonis shark bait. Choice 2, I can try to scare that dog off by using the end of my leash and kind of spinning it in a helicopter type motion and getting loud and scary and trying to prevent the dog from even making contact with us. Or choice 3 is I let Adonis do what he needs to do, which is correct the dog. And you'll see here in a moment how that happens. I've done the other 2 choices before and it didn't work out too well. With the same exact dog, I turned around, made Adonis vulnerable. I also stood there and tried to scare the dog away. It worked temporarily, and now this time I'm done, I'm tired. This lady has not learned, she does not listen. So it's time for her dog to learn a lesson. By the time the dog gets to us, square up, I get Adonis right next to my side, and I just wait for the impact. Now, obviously this dog, I can tell, is not aggressive. She's acting playful, she's running up, she wants to have fun, she wants to run up and sniff Adonis in the face and be very rude, honestly. She wants to run up, have fun, play with Adonis, and normally that would be fine had she come up respectfully. She didn't, so Adonis taught her a lesson, and I allowed him to teach her a lesson. By doing that, the dog comes up, Adonis moves around her head and gets her right on the shoulder with a nip and releases. He goes around, nips, release. That was it. The dog yelped and ran back to her person. That was it. The dog got a correction. Adonis said, hey, you don't come up to me like that. That's rude, that's scary, that's intimidating. I don't put up with that. He didn't grab and hold on, he didn't shake, he didn't do anything, he didn't go for the throat or the face. He went around purposely to avoid the head, got her on the shoulder, and said, hey, knock it off, you leave me alone. The dog said, whoa, okay. She ran back to her person. Her person then leashed her up. Who made the comment, oh, I was just about to leash her up. Well, she should have done that ahead of time, right? So she starts talking to her dog, kind of passive-aggressively as if talking to me. She starts talking to her dog, oh, are you okay? Oh, you shouldn't charge up to people like that. That's what happens. Then she said, oh, are you okay? I said, I'm fine, she's fine, everyone's fine. We move on, walked around the little kiddos some more, just to go say hi to the little t-ball players. Then we went home, and that was that. So what can you take from this lesson? Adonis could have, and probably did, either learn a good or bad lesson. He learned that he can correct dogs on his own. The other dog learned a good lesson of, oh, maybe I shouldn't run up to dogs. That's rude. I'm going to get corrected, and a harsh correction. The owner of that dog learned, I should not let my dog run up to other dogs. And I learned a good lesson. Everybody always learns. You can either take from this and say that I did wrong, that my dog was either mean or aggressive or bad, or I let him, cause issues. I was a bad owner, the lady was a bad owner, the dog was a bad dog. Whatever you think, that's up to you. Basically what I take from it is the dog learned a lesson, don't come in on me. Adonis learned a lesson that I allow him to protect himself when he needs to. When there's a dog charging at you, I don't care how friendly that dog is or you claim that dog to be. If anything is charging at me, that's not friendly. And imagine how many other dogs have to put up with that one dog running up to them, intimidating them, startling them, scaring them, just so she can sniff them in the face and be intimidated. It's just a power game that she's playing. And again, she's not being bad, she's just being a dog. That's the way dogs are. Luckily, this doesn't happen to us too often. I normally would just ignore it and leave it be, but you know what? I was tired of it, and that dog snuck up on us like that, and I didn't have any other choice, and sometimes that happens. I am not saying by any means that you should go out with your dog and allow them to bite other dogs and go after them and launch at them and do whatever, okay? In this situation, my dog was on leash. I was being respectful in a human park. That dog was off leash. That dog was charging at my dog and myself, and I needed to protect us. By protecting us, that doesn't mean I walk away because I turn our back to the dog, cause another issue. I don't correct Adonis because I don't want him to think, oh, I can't protect myself or take care of this issue. There's so many different variables for any situation that can happen. This is what I chose to do, and it worked out okay for us. If that dog had been acting aggressively, I highly doubt it would be off leash. But even if it were, then I would have stayed far away from that dog. I would not have done anything to get anywhere near them. So that's our little story for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the story down in the comments. If you think we did the right thing, if we did the wrong thing, if the other lady did the right or wrong thing. And she does claim to be a dog trainer. So just because someone calls themselves a dog trainer doesn't mean that they necessarily know their stuff. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. How you handled it, how you would like to handle it next time, if you learned anything, if everything was okay. I hope no puppies ever get hurt out there like that with these little confrontations. Again, dogs are being dogs. Had they been off leash, things would have been a little bit easier. They wouldn't have been trapped by a leash. They wouldn't have that ability to get away. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and we will see you all next time. So thanks again for stopping by, and stay positive.